Welcome to Secrets to Alignment with Savannah Schaffer. I am here to equip you with the belief and energy to make your dreams a reality. Take this time to fill your cup and align with the most vibrant version of you. Welcome back to the Secrets to Alignment podcast with your host, Savannah Schaffer. We are back with the mic. I got a new cord. Things are going really, really great today. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. And first, I just want to start this episode off by saying thank you so much to the 25 of you who have left me a review on Apple and on Spotify. I truly appreciate that more than you know. I read through everything that you guys say, and even just like taking the 30 seconds it takes just to give it a 5-star review, that means so much to me. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. And I know there's people that are watching this all over Canada and Russia and all over the planet at this point, and just seeing that you guys are enjoying these episodes seriously makes my heart so happy. So please do not hesitate to ever reach out to me. I love hearing your guys' takeaways. I've had so many people text me recently saying, oh my gosh, Savannah, that last episode that you posted, I really needed to hear. And again, it just lights up my heart and soul. So thank you so much. And today I have a really, really fun episode for you guys, because I was writing out this episode, and as I was writing it out, a whole other topic ended up coming out of it. So this is kind of going to be like a little bit of a two-parter, but I feel like it goes together so well. And I just really wanted to encourage you guys to actually take a second this week to really tune in and see what you are needing right now. There is so much going on. I know that we're going into our busy holiday season. We've got Halloween coming up, and then we have Thanksgiving and Black Friday, and then we've got Christmas and New Year's, and these next couple months are going to absolutely fly by. And I want you guys to actually be present, and I want you guys to be in a good headspace. And I've talked to so many different clients recently and people who listen to my podcast, and they've been talking to me about how overwhelmed they are with this season and what's going on, and they're moving or they're getting engaged, they're buying new houses. Everything is moving so quickly, and we are so incredibly busy that we forget to actually check in and ask ourselves what we are needing. And maybe that's just like a full weekend to have no plans whatsoever, or maybe you're actually needing a night out with some incredible friends to just let loose and have fun. But I want you to get into this habit of checking in with yourself and starting to turn inwards a little more frequently. Block out the distractions, spend a little bit of time alone, whether that's in your car while you're driving on your way home from work, or you're at the gym and you're able to just turn down your music for a second and really ask yourself what you're currently needing. It could be a weekend to just fully clean your house, or some time with one of your best friends. I want you to actually take a moment to check in and see what you are needing. I recently have been doing this so much more frequently, and I feel like it allows me to move with so much intention and making sure that not only is my cup always full, but if it's not full, if it is running a little low, that I actually take a moment to refill and recharge. And I'm not just like running myself ragged, being super busy, getting caught up in work, getting caught up in motherhood and all of the things. So maybe take a moment this week, this weekend, tonight even, if you can, and just simply ask yourself, what do you need? Do you need a self-care night? Do you need some time to just simply be alone? Do you need to hire a babysitter? Maybe you need to ask one of your best friends to go grab some dinner with you and get a glass of wine. Whatever that you need, I want to encourage you to just take that right now. Something that I do with every single client that I work with, especially in Tranquil Minds. I'm designing a whole course right now for my community in Tranquil Minds. If you guys don't know what Tranquil Minds is, that is my monthly collective where I pour into the girls who just want that accountability, want to start focusing more on themselves, want to actually prioritize them so that they can prioritize everything else in their life. And I'm always really, really intentional about doing and encouraging these little check seconds and asking them to evaluate every aspect of their life. And I mean getting into the nitty-gritty, like their relationships, their friendships that are around them, their financial decisions that they've been making, the way that they've been taking care of their health, their physical body, what they're doing for their mental state and their emotional state. I literally am constantly hounding these girls to be like, hey, I want you to stay on track. I want you to move forward and continue to grow and evolve. But we cannot grow and evolve if we are getting stuck in our head, or we're getting stuck in procrastination, or we're just getting stuck in autopilot, because that typically is what happens. We get so used to just the day-to-day and what we have to get done for that day that we're not actually taking any time to move with intention, to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, to make sure that we're taking care of the people around us, to make sure that we're filling our cup. We forget and we put ourselves on the back burner because we have this never-ending to-do list that's overwhelming and frustrating and constantly just there that never seems to end. And I want to just encourage you to just take a second, my love. You deserve it. Like, take a moment. You don't have to be constantly accomplishing things. Sometimes the most productive thing to do is to go fucking put your hands in some grass. Like, seriously. I did this the other morning. I literally just felt in me, I was like, you know what? I could just use like 20 minutes to just go do a meditation in the park. And I dropped my daughter off for school, and then I took 20 minutes to do that. And I literally sat there with so much gratitude, and I legit just thanked myself. Like, thank you, Savannah, for doing that for us, because it seriously is so much more needed than we even realize. Now, the next thing that I want you guys to do is to actually take a moment to check in and see, where are you spending your time recently? Is it on social media too much? Maybe you're watching too much Netflix. Maybe you're consuming too much content. Maybe you're just scrolling endlessly. Or maybe you're realizing that you haven't been taking enough time to actually pour into yourself with podcasts or by watching a comfort show, whatever it is. Like, clearly, I am not one to judge here. I just want to encourage you to do what's going to actually make you feel your best and prioritizing your highest self. And most importantly, I want you to check in to see, who are you spending most of your time with? Now, this is something that I've been very, very intentional about asking myself, because I think that it's really easy to get comfortable with the people who you've spent years around for a really, really long time. I have definitely had friendships that have come and gone in my life simply because I am outgrowing them, and I am just somebody who's always focused on, how can I better myself? How can I become even more grounded and a better communicator? And I just am always wanting to do more and do better for myself and everyone else around me. And what I've started to notice is that the more that we grow, and I notice this with all of my clients that I work with as well, the more that we grow, the more that we have to let go of. We have to actually release some of those friendships, even some of our family members who are weighing us down, who are not actually interested in our best interest. They don't have our best interest at heart. They are maybe putting us down, or they're silently watching all of your stuff, and behind closed doors, they're talking shit about what you're doing. I think that we tend to stick around people who we feel comfortable around just because they've been there for a long time, but that doesn't mean that they have to stay forever. What I would encourage you to do is to actually evaluate all of those friendships, all of those relationships that you hold so close to you, and see if you actually feel filled up when you leave those conversations. Or even if you're just texting them, do those text messages feel beneficial on both ends? Do they feel like they're filling your cup? Do they feel like they're actually excited to celebrate what you have going on? Because I have noticed this time and time again, that when we start to outgrow people, those people start to make us feel guilty for going after things that are greater and bigger than what they are going after, or they simply just aren't there to support. They don't want to ask any questions. They don't want to celebrate those wins, and they just want to sit there and just wait for you to stop talking about whatever it is that you're doing. And those are the relationships right there that I really want you to reevaluate and ask yourself, what are they bringing into your life? Are those people actually there because they have your best interests at heart? Or are they there because you've just had them there for a long time and it's what feels most comfortable? I've heard so many people say this, that they're like, yeah, my friends are there just because I don't want to like feel lonely, but they're not really people who I even feel close to anymore, or I don't really resonate with the way that they live their lives. And I think a really good question to ask yourself is, would you trade places with the people who you surround yourself with? And if there is some people who are like, absolutely fucking not, like we are just not in alignment in that way, those are the relationships, again, that I would take into consideration here. And I'm not saying that you have to be clones of one another. I'm not saying that you have to be like absolutely 100% in alignment and make the exact same decisions as your best friends do or anything like that. But I do think that it's important to know that the people who you surround yourself, you become similar to them. You will pick up their mannerisms. You will pick up their mindsets. And I think that that's kind of the scary part here, is that we can actually adopt people's mindsets of the people who we surround ourselves with. So if you know that you always, anytime that you call one of your friends or your family members and they're constantly complaining about their life and they're constantly in this scarcity mindset, that is naturally going to rub off on you. And you can absolutely set those boundaries, and I encourage you to do so. But if you tend to slip up on those boundaries, you will start to adapt the way that they view things. And I've noticed this with some of the closest people in my life. And it's really, really challenging when you have these really great things that you want to confide in them about, or you want to celebrate with them, or maybe you're just actually going through something and you know, like, damn, if I brought this up to them, their perspective on this would be so limited, and they'd probably make me feel even worse about where I'm at right now, or they wouldn't be able to give me the support that I truly need. That is where I really want to encourage you to, if you can, set those boundaries, and just, you have to kind of promise to yourself that you're not going to bring up certain topics around those people because you know they don't have a abundant mindset about it. But also, maybe it's time to step back. Maybe it's time to stop calling them as frequently. Maybe it's time to actually let go of those people. And I know how challenging that can be. I have had some of the hardest friendship breakups that have literally felt like losing a partner to me, like losing a boyfriend. And I have recognized that when I let those people go, it is like clockwork. The universe, God, whatever that you believe in, will bring the people into your life that are meant to be there. And it is the most beautiful thing that, like, once you just let go of that dead weight, once you let go of those people who are no longer serving you and that don't have your best interests at heart, you literally open yourself up to the universe to just find someone who truly supports you, truly cares for you, and most importantly, can see you for where you're at and can understand what you're going through and is able to give you the support that you need in those moments. Because then you really recognize like how amazing it feels to be a vibrational match with those people who are around you. And that feeling is like no other. It feels like you're finally at home with the people around you. And I appreciate those people so much. And I will just be so honest, guys. There was a long period of my life. I feel like the first 5 years of my entrepreneurship journey, I was not really surrounded by the people who were really like genuinely had my best interests at heart, and instead were either using me or were not actually like caring about me as deeply as I thought. And it was really, really challenging for me to let go of those people who just simply weren't willing to grow with me and instead wanted to stay in the same place that they have always been at. And recognizing that and deciding, okay, wow, like now this is the time where I need to stop texting this person and I need to stop asking them to do things with me or to hang out with me or to answer my phone calls even. Like, that is the most challenging experience, and I feel you so deeply, and it's really, really hard. But I promise you that on the other end of letting go of those friendships that just are not there for the right reasons, you will welcome in people who are just absolutely incredible, who see you, who hear you, who are there to hold you, who are there to support you and celebrate you and fucking hype you up because they love you for who you are. And I feel like the more that you start to accept yourself, you then start to bring in relationships where they are also very accepting of you. They're not wanting to change you. That was the thing that I noticed with a lot of the friendships that were out of alignment with me personally, is that they were trying to change who I was. They didn't want me to speak my mind and actually tell them how I felt about things. They just wanted me to appease them and make them feel better about what they were going through, but in a way that would encourage their toxic behavior. And it's really, really crazy looking back on that. Like, honestly, I felt like there were certain people in my life who just wanted me to stay in the same place, and they didn't want me to grow because they knew that if I grew, I'd outgrow them. And for me personally, a lot of those people were older than me. And I think that that was like hard for them to understand that my emotional intelligence or my communication skills or whatever that it was just simply in a different place than them. And I'm not saying that I'm better than those people in any way, shape, or form. It was just our vibrations just did not match anymore. And we were just on different pages of life and having different perspectives on life itself. And I didn't want to be limited anymore. I wanted to view things completely differently. And for me, I was surrounding myself with people who just wanted to stay at that same place, who wanted to keep me in their limited mindset. And letting go of those people, oh my gosh, it was like the universe just thanked me so many times and gifted me with human beings who are just so encouraging, so loving, so supportive, and match where I'm at in my life. They come from a place of abundance and they want to lift me up. They want to see me do my absolute best in life. And that is the most refreshing feeling ever. This is why I absolutely love Tranquil Minds, because I feel like every single woman in that community is just wanting to see other women succeed. Like, there's no catty energy. There's no one who's putting each other down. Like, it's truly the most supportive community, and we're all growing together. Like, we're all in different phases of our lives, but we're all up leveling, and we're choosing to challenge ourselves. We're choosing to go inwards and let go of these people and confide in one another and celebrate each other's wins and just be there. And I think that it feels so incredible just to feel that supported and to feel that connection with other women who are like-minded. I feel like that's why I've even created this community itself, because I know that when I started to listen to podcasts like this and I started to evolve with my mindset, I started to recognize that it got really lonely. Like, I did not feel like the people who I was surrounding myself with anymore. I didn't feel like the friends that I went to high school with or college with. I felt really different than a lot of people around me. And when I finally had a community of women who actually saw me for where I was at, it was the most refreshing thing. And to have someone who actually supports you and who's uplifting you and is also holding you accountable to doing things that are in alignment with your highest self, not allowing you to slip into past behaviors and past thought patterns and things like that, you really truly evolve so much quicker because people are actually there to make sure that you're doing that. And it's just really fucking cool. I feel like there's nothing like being surrounded by a community who truly support you. And if you would like to join us, please send me a message on Instagram, because I've got your back. I am so down to welcome in women. If you are in alignment, this community is very, very exclusive. It is $44 a month to join us, but I only welcome in like a maximum of 5 people a month, because I like this community being very, very exclusive. I don't like to welcome in just anyone and everyone. I only want people who are serious about their growth, who actually are willing to show up and do the internal work to get the external results. If that's you and you know, like, oh my gosh, I would absolutely love to be a part of a community who actually feel like good-hearted people and friendships that are supportive and just growing and evolving as human beings, I invite you to join us, because I know that you would absolutely love the girls who are in there. So take this as your sign to just like actually start nourishing the friendships that are in your life, and also start calling in those friendships. That was the thing that I started to do when I was letting go of those friendships that were no longer serving me. I just sat there and I prayed so much on who I really wanted to attract into my life. I journaled out what kind of friendships I'd like to build, and I got really, really intentional about making sure to get specific on those kind of qualities that I want from a best friend, from those people who are in my corner, who support me, who challenge me to do better, to follow my passions, and to truly expand me as a human being. And the universe will support you in getting those people, because the universe wants you to thrive. The universe wants you to be the happiest version of you, the most supported version of you. And sometimes the best support comes through human beings that just are there to see you where you're at. And if you have those people in your life right now that you're like, damn, I really fucking love my people, please take this as your sign to go pour into those people even more. Go thank them. Send them a message right now and tell them that you appreciate it so much, because what that does, not only does it add a ton of value in that friendship right there, and it really makes you guys just come together even closer, but what it also does is it's going to show the universe what you are calling in. It shows the universe what you are willing to give to others who are ready to meet you where you truly deserve to be met at. And when you let go of those people who are no longer serving you, you show the universe that you want more, that you are no longer putting up with bare minimum, and you're ready to welcome in the most beautiful and expansive relationships in your life. And I promise you that is what you're going to get. I really hope that you can take some time to simply reflect on where you're at in your life, maybe what relationships are benefiting you right now, what habits are benefiting you, maybe what needs to be added or subtracted during this season in life currently. And I really hope that you find the kind of people who truly support you and see you for who you are. I am so grateful that you are here. If any of this hit with you, and if you are recognizing or realizing anything, please send me a message, leave us a review on the podcast. I appreciate that so much. Leave me a comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube, and I will see you guys next Monday. I appreciate you so, so much.